Right, so welcome back to the new edition of this channel. We are going to look into four match fixtures under the 2026 International World Cup. And yesterday we predicted series of match fixtures right from the match between France and Senegal, and it came out so well as over 1.5 goals as predicted. We also predicted the match between Iraq and Norway, and it also came out so well as predicted. We predicted the match between Argentina against Algeria, and it also came out so well. So for Iraq against Norway, we predicted the total shot to occur in that particular match. We predicted Norway to win or draw, and we predicted over 1.5 goals. So this happens to be a valued builder, that is tips that can be builded into one booking code. Now we have the match between Argentina and Algeria. The only two options that we actually predicted in the match is just Argentina to win or draw, and we predicted under 4.5 goals, and it came out so well with Argentina winning with 3 goals to nothing. All right, so we are going to proceed with the match between Portugal and Democratic Republic of Congo. All right, so we are going to look into just four match fixtures. We are going to look into the match of Portugal, England against Croatia, Ghana against Panama, Uzbekistan against Colombia. So we already generated data needed for the analysis. We have our overview, and we have some data information that's actually added to our final prediction on this particular match. So for those people that are having interest in looking into stats, I'm going to share you guys my opinion on the statistics, projection, and the possible outcome based on that aspect. So you can actually read through these particular factors and data that we have here, and we actually generate everything with our long form prompt. You can actually get the ebook on that by reaching out to us through our private class. Now, moving on to the section of advanced statistics projection. If you look at this, we have the possession as 68 for Portugal, and it is obvious that we are actually expecting Portugal to dominate in this particular match. Now, looking into the total shot, actually, I will not project for you guys to go for under total shots in this particular game. We can actually expect more than 20 total shots in this game, and but it is not what I will advise you guys to go for this time around. Now, looking into the total corners of this match, I'm not expecting so many corners in this match, but unfortunately, predicting corners in the international context is not advisable, so because of consistency. Now, moving on to the total fouls to be committed. Of recent, I noticed that inconsistency are occurring in most of the games of these international teams. Now, the best thing that we can actually go for in this particular match is in two ways. I noticed a particular trend that most times whenever we have the probability assessment, this means the probability that a particular team will win or not. Now, whenever we are having something like this, most of the teams that are having 78%, at least from 68% upward, most of them, the worst experience they always have is their match to end up in a straight draw. So expect either win or draw for Portugal, except the uncertainty occurred. Now, moving forward, we have the most likely match scenario. This one is just the script for the match. You guys can actually read through it if you have interest in that. But my own final prediction in this particular match is actually under 5.5 total goals. But if you don't want to go for under 5.5, you can actually go for under 4.5 total goals. So that's my own point from this prediction. So under 4.5 or under 5.5 total goals. Don't expect so many goals like that. All right, although the most likely scoreline is 2-0, and we have the alternative as 1-0 and 3-1, but the best option that I'm seeing here is under goals. All right, now, so we are going to proceed into the next game because we generated some games, and based on the data that we have, we already generated those games. The next one is actually the match between England and Croatia. So we have just one option to look into in this particular game. So if we are to look into this, we have the overview. This happens to be an important match for both teams. This is the first time England will be playing in this year World Cup. And if you are to look into the recent forms, you can see that the goal scored and considered for is averaging 2.1 goals scored and 0.4 goals considered per match. That is for England in the last 10 games. So they had clean sheet of 7 in their last 10 games. And one trend about them is that England dominates possession, but occasionally they struggles to break down deep, compact block, as seen in their 0-1 loss to Japan and 1-1 draw against Uruguay in March. All right, so if we are to skip this particular section and we go to let us skip their missing players impact, the tactical analysis. All right, if we are to go to their advanced statistics projection and we are to look into the possession, this seems to be like something that is very close in it is kind of balanced when it comes to who to win the possession. But when we are looking into the total shots expected in this particular match, this match happens to be a match that we should be expecting more than 18 total shots, but depends on the style that the two teams decided to achieve or to operate on the pitch. Now, proceeding to the total corners, I want to advise you guys to go for the corner market in this particular match. But when it comes to foul, I'm expecting so many fouls in this game, at least more than 19 to 20 fouls. But depends on the style that the teams are trying to operate in that particular match. Now, moving forward to the main gist of this particular data for the match between England and Croatia. Although I will not be looking into the probability assessment section, I'm not going to predict who to win this time around because the probability is kind of very close. Although the probability that England will win or draw is very high, but don't let us risk that. Now let us look into the match predicted scoreline. So this happens to be the main gist. If you look at it very well, most of these correct score that we have here, most of them falls under 3.5. The first one, which happens to be most likely score, is 1-0, and the alternative that we have is 1-1 or 2-0. So the best option that you guys can go for in this game, because most of the trends that I observe is uh under 4.5. So the best thing that you guys can go for in this game is go for under 4.5 goals in this match. So England against Croatia under 4.5 goals. All right, so proceeding to the third match fixture, that is the match between Ghana and Panama. So this match, I think they'll be playing around midnight. So this is the match overview. This is the head-to-head analysis. So it seems like these two teams has never played against each other before. And we also have the missing players impact. Pardon. So we also have the tactical analysis. Okay. All right. So now in advanced statistics projection, the possession that we are expecting in this match actually, are weighted more on the Ghanaian side, but the possession base is still kind of a little bit balanced. Now, when we are looking into the total shots expected in this match, we should not be expecting so many shots in this game. Maybe probably under 28.5. Yes, under 28.5 total shots in this game. And if you want to look into the total foul, we should be expecting more than 20 fouls in this match. So shifting away from the statistics market option, because I will not be predicting much on the statistics because many people don't usually have the option on their bookies. But I think bookmakers are providing a wide range of market options for most of these international games. Now, looking further into the probability assessment, the probability of winning for these two sides is kind of very tight, and this happens to be one of the reasons why we are going to skip this section for maybe probably who to win or the draw options like that and like that. So we are going to skip who to win or double chance in this match. Now looking into the predicted scoreline, if you look at it, the most likely score that we have here is 1-0. Very similar to what we have in the match between England and Croatia, but even worse than that. This predicted scoreline is suggesting that we should not be expecting even more than 2 goals at all in this match. So we are going for under 4.5 goals in this game. Although the confidence level is very, very low, 6/10. If you check the confidence level, this 6/10 is very low. It is moderate confidence due to the highly unpredictable nature of Ghana's missing spine. Most of their key players are absent, so that is one of the factors that made it to be unpredictable for the predictive model. All right, so we are going to look into the third match fixture that we have. This one will also be played in midnight, and that is the match between Uzbekistan, Uzbekistan against Colombia, and we have the match overview here for those people that actually have interest in reading. And if you want to generate the data just like this, you can actually come for our long form prompt ebook that you guys can actually read, and the exact prompt that will be included in that particular book. So if we are to proceed and move forward, checking their recent form analysis, this is their head to head expected lineup actually. And we also have the missing players impact. We have the tactical analysis. We have the frustration factors that can actually affect the possible outcomes of these games. And we have the advanced statistics projection. So if you are to look into this section, we are going to look at the favorite team, since we have 68% falling under the Colombian side. And looking into the total shots, we are expecting so many shots in this game, at least maybe probably over 18.5 total shots. And when it comes to corner prediction, don't let us go for that. And when it comes to total fouls to be expected in this match, actually, we should be expecting more than 20 fouls. But if not, it depends on the style that the players or the teams decided to operate on the pitch. Now, moving forward, we have the probability assessment. We have 12% that Uzbekistan will actually win this match, 21% that the match will end up in a draw, and 67% that Colombia will win. But most times, I'm always concerned about any percentage of winning or probability of winning that falls below 68. It is kind of a big concern for me. Now, proceeding forward, which happens to be the main gist of this particular analysis. That is the predicted scoreline. Although the most likely score that we have in this match is 0-2, alternative is 0-1 or 1-3, and we have the confidence level around 8.5/10. So it shows that the confidence that this predictive model has on this prediction is kind of a little bit high, since we have it around 8.5. But unfortunately, we are having a mixed, possible outcome in this particular game, which happens to be either over 1.5 goals or under 4.5 goals. But for me, I will lean towards under 4.5 goals in this particular match fixtures. All right, so this happens to be all our prediction on the 4 fixtures that we have for the 2026 International World Cup games. Among 4 fixtures that we have, Portugal to win or draw, and under 4.5 goals. For England against Croatia, we have under 4.5. For Ghana against Panama, we have under 4.5. And for Uzbekistan against Colombia, we have under 4.5. In case you have any question regarding to this particular video, you can actually drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to this channel, and you can also join us on our 15 days rollover plan, which is currently going on in our private class. So it is just a 15 days plan, and I believe we can actually achieve this within that particular 15 days, since we have most of these international games as a backup, because there are some market options that when you predict in most of these international games, they are easy to actually win. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye bye.